Це метро. Я наче тут виходив. Десь я тут був. Так, ну воно показує, що типу сідати в цю срань. Ну мені от цікаво. Район Маст. А я зараз житловий район. О, я тут був. Ну, от воно показує мені туди йти. Зараз ми зрозуміємо, як туди дістатися. Задалбывает, конечно, оце от все бігати. Там вже, мабуть, і космопорт, да? Прикольно.
And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as members of the United Colonies Navy?
I do.
Then I'm proud to welcome you to the Vanguard. Now, you all have your assignments. Get out there and show them what the UC is made of. Supra et Ultra.
Ну, це трошечки додає атмосфери.
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside.
Ну, майже.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully close.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in?
Не впевнений.
All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
Це гільдія
It's a
бойців,
game
щось
we
таке?
play. He asks. I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Так.
You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
А чому?
Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like. You'll have to ask him, but Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
Угу.
It's definitely a lifestyle, burning helium out there, seeing where the stars take you. I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
Добренько. Так, мабуть, це все. А куди мені там воно веде? Ага, і потім воно хоче, щоб я поїхав. Куди? Тут є швидка подорож. Бляха. Бляха. Можна нормальну мапу, будь ласочка. Мапа поверхня, от. В Цидонії. О, окей, так. Уйди. Що ми зробимо? Ми подивимося. Ми спустимося туди. Подивимося, куди вона нас запрошує. Поїхати нахер. Як туди спуститися, до речі? Сюка така серйозна. Я не розумію. Бляха, ну де тут А, от спуск. Цікавенько. А, я отут от і, так би мовити, виходив. Там якісь дивні оці всі штуки. Ой, тут, до речі, треба було з кимось поговорити. Давай, може, поговоримо. Де воно? Усі. Оце. Показуй. Так.
To think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. Yes, concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance?
I've passed by this particular tree many times, and honestly, I never gave it a second thought. Does it hold some sort of special significance?
Finally, somebody understands. Unless, wait, you're not mocking me, right? People. Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me? Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Окей. Убазарів. Давай спробуємо допомогти цьому пацану. Я не впевнений, що це виглядає прям красиво. Ну, непогано, але ну не таке. Ви це бачите, да? Яка фігова вода, господи. І, ну, можливо, у мене просто типа комп не справляється з цим. Ну, от то вон космодром.
Check. Rifle? Already stowed.
As you can see, traffic is good. The sales keep climbing.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me? Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. And you can tell me if you find any eggs. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Argos is a great place to work. I'm not just saying that.
Looking forward to my vacation.
You look familiar. Where do I know you from? Oh, yes. Lynn mentioned hiring some brand new miner before she left for that job. I must have seen your picture in the contractor database. I take it this means the job's done then. Good to know. So what can I help you with? Well, after I book a job, Lynn meets with the clients to nail down the details. She negotiates the terms of the contract and even supervises some of our more important work sites. That woman never stops impressing me. As a former contractor, I'm surprised you don't know. We take on jobs that others won't, whether they're far away, and we always get the job done. I book and process our jobs, manage the schedule on a broad scale. We're a small company, so a lot of us administrative types wear a lot of hats. We just picked up several more contracts. Risky stuff, if I'm being truthful, but we position ourselves to take advantage of jobs like that. Think asteroid mining and other tough jobs. The next few years are going to be interesting for Argos. Oh, wow, that's terrible. Those pirates sure are getting bolder these days. Is everyone okay? Well then, we don't expect our employees to engage in conflict with pirates, for legal reasons mostly. But I'm sure your colleagues appreciated your efforts to keep them safe.
Ну, грошей мені за це надають, да? Ясно.
Goodbye now.
Мені просто було цікаво, що тут. Просто якась будівля. Ну, з одного боку, типа, пусті будинки і всяке таке. Це не дуже кльово. З іншого, я вже ночі. З іншого, що мені подобається, що якщо тут є якась горнодобуваюча срань, то значить є якийсь офіс, де ця горнодобуваюча срань буде щось робити. Ну, там будуть, ну, якось можна повзаємодіяти, ви зрозуміло. United Colonies. Угу. Ти що, пес? Маленький пес. Міні-бот безпеки. Кльово.
Service with a smile. That's the UC way.
Який ти... Фу.
I'm on tax duty tomorrow. Can't wait. Oh, no. When I was growing up, I actually wanted to be a miner on Sidonia. As weird as that may sound. Lucky for me, working at the distribution center. Of course, who wouldn't? It's such a privilege to be able to work for the... Every day is so exciting. I get to meet so many new people, solve interesting problems, and learn about developing situations throughout the
Сказочна
subtle
хуйня.
systems. Yep, there's never a boring day at the distribution center.
Да, типа, у нас, типа, цікаві задачі, дружелюбний колектив, ми як сім'я.
Oh, that's not really my area. I don't have clearance for that just yet. You'll want to talk to Miss Sang about that. Take care of yourself.
Що з тобою тоді
Bulk
говорити?
items may require multiple levels of approval and can take up to several weeks for an official response. We apologize for any delay. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon. You mean besides providing a pleasant face for customers to interact with? It's all in the name. We distribute materials and products all around the United Colony. Never a dull moment. Always something going on, and for other... I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. I hope we have what you need.
Окей, цікаво, що тут є. Хо-хо-хо-хо-хо-хо! Ух, клас. Скільки вона коштує? 38 тисяч. Єбать. Rapid 23 тисячі. Клас. Бляха, мені прям подобається. Воно виглядає круто. От мені цікаво. От у мене є якісь штуки. Вони коштують не дуже, але якщо типа, на них щось вішати, це можливо не дуже прям дорого, і продавати потім, то це нічого так. Купити боєзапаси, всякі шоломи. Ого, зрозуміло.
Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it? I'm wondering why you'd come looking for it. Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we?
Скільки?
I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. They did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about. Suit yourself. Right. Come back if you need something else.
It's a privilege to be able to work for the UC government.
Don't be stupid! Stop now!
Wen really keeps the...
UC security, you're under arrest. Under special orders, you're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge. We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility. Smart decision. Stand by to be transferred.
І що?
Way, or do you need a little bit of time?
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble? I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk.
Я не можу нічого робити.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
Гості? Щось я не так налаштував.
You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's ready, sir.
Я хочу оглянутися. Я не можу навіть від третього лиця що зробити.
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. I'm your ticket out of the mess you've gotten yourself into. That's all you need to know for now. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. Looks like you spent several years dabbling in industry and finance. It's a far cry from where you are now. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs.
Так.
I will, when I'm ready. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kipwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? United Colonies System Defense. Does that help you figure out exactly what it is we do? UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. On the books, they maintain combat-ready spaceborne forces to deter aggression. What all that fancy claptrap means is that they're the ones who fight in... Are we really playing this
я не
game?
знаю.
The pirates, like the ones you tangled with on Bethesda? Please.
Так, ладно, і що ми виберемо?
No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we'll have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down.
Так.
If the military rolls in and attacks the Crimson Fleet, we'd have a full-scale war on our hands. That means losses, heavy losses, that the United Colonies can't afford. It doesn't matter how I feel. I'm simply doing what's best for the security of the United Colonies. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any cost that the operation will incur. Or you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached. I'm not coercing you into doing anything. I'm simply giving you a chance to redeem yourself. So, what do you say?
Господи, я просто вкрав якусь херню.
Should I find someone else? You aren't leaving until I have an answer.
Ага, зрозуміло.
If I didn't think you had a chance, I would have left you in lockup. You're just going to have to follow your instincts and trust me. Smart choice.
Ну що, це
I'm
квест.
going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
All right, let's go.
Привіт.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Goodbye.
So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh? Going in all alone, infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts. Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship and then slowly letting the air out of their suit.
Yes?
Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right? All right, this is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Howdy.
Hey. Yes? What? Okay. Hello.
There you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, SysDef's nerve center dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. We are currently in the solar system, in deep orbit around Phobos. As to why, I'll explain momentarily. Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. Let's get one thing straight right now. While you're working for me, I'm going to treat you like one of my own. Whatever crimes you committed in the past no longer matter. You're now an agent of SysDef, meaning that it's my job to keep you alive. Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. Aurora is a Class A controlled substance that's illegal to transport outside of Neon, a city on Volai. Get caught with this stuff aboard a ship, and you're looking at some serious fines. That's classified. Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously hauling it will be spending the rest of their life in prison. That's right. So it'll be your job to convince this person that you're the real deal. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Let's just say my superiors need proof that engaging the Crimson Fleet is a larger priority than they're willing to admit. If we shove enough concrete evidence under their noses, they'll have no choice but to allocate the resources that I've requested. At the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet, weakening them enough to strike a fatal blow. If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
Блять, план просто надежный, як швейцарські часи. Серйозно, що за фігня?
Then you better learn to swim, because you're diving right into the deep end on this one. I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's life on a whim or a prayer. Just use your best judgment. Trust your instincts. Watch your back. Fine. Whatever gets the job done. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good. The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. They only abide by one thing: money. All of their morals and social graces fall by the wayside in pursuit of their greed. At first glance, this can appear quite enticing, so I'm warning you not to get lured into their trap. Think you can handle that?
Що з тим про гроші було? Мабуть, я зможу справитися. Та...
I don't want promises. I'm just asking you to think. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
Хо-хо, який ти класний.
While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with some morally gray decisions. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger while maintaining your cover. Do what you have to do, but remember why you're out there in the first place. Then you do what you have to do. The Crimson Fleet has the potential to kill hundreds, even thousands of people per year. If it takes a few deaths to maintain your cover, then so be it. But only as an absolutely final resort. This is not a licensed killing spree. Understood? That's why I expect you to constantly seek alternative means to overcome your obstacles, rather than blowing holes in them. Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. So let me simplify this for you. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, I'm urging you to follow that path. Use your instincts. I'm certain you'll do the right thing.
І ви бачили. Бляха.
For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines. All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals. She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own. Good luck.
Все. Привіт, блядь, старшина. Оце так. Ні, ну тут кльово.
Pardon.
Excuse me.
Вау.
Pardon.
Вау. 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 Це Мапс, мабуть. Вау, я хочу такий же корабель. Сюди точно влізуть всі мої припаси. Бляха, скільки ж він коштує. О, там, мабуть, це мій припаркований. Чого, не факт. Прикольно.
Okay, hello.
Старшина, окей, hello. Бляха. Що там ще? Це дуже круто. Я в захваті.
UC SysDef certainly isn't taking the Crimson Fleet threat lightly.
Згода з тобою.
Hey,
Гей. Ти гей. Ти хто, бляха?
I'm a bit busy at the moment, but we'll talk later, okay?
Окей. Толкуєте. Що тут? А, так, тут я був. Що тут? Двері, до речі, кончені. Так, чи є тут? Ага, ти не хочеш зайти і закрити на кухню? Отак будемо. Щоб ти рибу. Так, подивимося, що тут є. Окей. Тактика малинового флоту, пиратської операції. Так, що тут? Добре. Закрийся. Зрозуміло. Та можна йти звідси.
Yes. What? Lieutenant Toft will continue the briefing.
Так, мабуть, треба поставити цей квест, щоб... Давай оце от зробимо.
Excuse me.
А оця баба, я просто поїхав би звідси і все. Привіт.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
I'd scour every inch of wherever the Crimson Fleet sends you. Otherwise, you're wasting our time and risking your neck for nothing. Criminals are sloppy. Look hard enough and I'm certain you'll... Well, since it isn't every day we stumble across a criminal's fully written confession, we need to build a case against our suspects. The more evidence we acquire, the stronger our case becomes. And knowing the Crimson Fleet, they'll leave plenty of evidence for you to find. You better make it, because Commander Akande cashed in all his chips to get this I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. Haven't you been paying attention? Our goal here is the complete eradication of the Crimson Fleet. In order to do that, we need to dismantle them piece by piece from within. If you bring me evidence, we can make arrests and slowly drain their resources. Think of it as a death by 1,000 tiny cuts. It's not you, it's the Crimson Fleet. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you know... What? No. It's personal. It's not... That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. Well, that's just it. You're not career military, are you? And speaking frankly, you're completely out of pocket during this operation. You'll be paying for your own supplies and other unexpected incidentals. So, if I were you, I'd stop asking questions and accept the compensation.
Звісно.
Commander Akande came up with the idea. He was concerned you might not help us simply because it was the right thing to do. All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet.
Бляха, ну в мене корабль
You're
прям...
dismissed.
Ух.
Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you the We'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. So, if you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say hello. I'm sure they'll be... Not really, no. I've learned to keep my...
Добре.
Yeah. No.
Мені насрати на тебе.
It's not really an appropriate time to be going over. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But,
Її можна заромансити. Тут немає жодної, блін, симпатичної баби, яку можна було би заромансити. Чи мужика, чи взагалі людини. Тут нема, блядь, нікого. Але дуже красиві кораблі і всякі екранчики, котрі не ворушаться. О, тут щось загорається. Прикольно. Ладно, щось все ж таки відбувається. Якісь гівки. Навіть так це непогано. А тут що у нас? Угу, це столовка. А ні, це не столовка, це кімната для того, щоб збиратися толпою з пацанами. Так, сюди мені не можна. О, да. Ти тут так стоїш, тут щось є? А, диви, аптечка ти не спиздить. Сподіваюсь. Бляха, відійди. Так, а тут щось є? Воно не відкривається. Ну і ладно.
Yes?
Що ж? Воу-воу-воу-воу. Що це в тебе? Мапа поверхні, ану. Нема поверхні.
How's the pirating business? I don't know about you. People who work undercover, they're sneaky by nature. Hard to read. When I fly, I want someone beside me who I can predict. Boxes by the Marquess of Queensbury rules. But you're a southpaw. A wild card. That isn't it. We've got plenty of fresh faces picked right, but yours happen to come from a different farm. But if Commander Ikande says you're Sistef, then you are one of us. You guessed it. In fact, I'd say you've got what linguistic experts call FOGO, but I'm not just any pilot. I'm the best, and I've got the... I like your confidence. And there's always room in the squad for another. Just be sure you know whose side. Long story. I got my start in the academy and made it. I eventually got recruited to do test flights on a star station orbiting Lloyd's. Me and 3 other Archangel pilots did some work on some extremely dangerous prototypes.
Wow.
I cut my teeth on space trucks, believe it or not. Before I got my stripes, I was just another cargo hauler. But after a couple slick escapes, I got recruited to the academy and went from dodging pirates to hunting them. Thing is, some of my best tricks were with a big rig. Ever try a pitchback with a Hope Tech truck with 2 fleet wraiths on your tail? Compared to that, doing it with a military fighter is a piece of cake. Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. Прикольно. Сюди мені не можна? Куди мені можна? Мабуть, далі. Так. 01. Блін, цікаво, що там? Ілюмінатор, який нічого не показує. Яка нафіг дошка?
Cycled air. Just isn't the same as the real thing.
Це я в своєму кораблі. Ти що, тут спати будеш? Так, ну взагалі... Ну а що тобі тут робити, дійсно? Кльово. Я щось не бачив, мабуть, що в мене є така штука, чи бачив і проігнорував. Може в мене є ще щось цікаве? Наче ні. Ну, ця баба буде спати. Хай так. Це що? А, я на ту випадково класну штуку. Ні, мені досягнення не потрібно. Окей, ну тут вони працюють. Це цікаво. В смислі, можна, мабуть, читеріть щось. Сидіння, стрибанець. Оп-оп. Wait. Не хочу. Так, ну, мабуть, поїхали. Куди нам? Угу. Синематик заставочка. Так, я от звідси, да, полетів? Мені, бляха, дуже цікаво, як ця дура виглядає. Це від знизу. Куди мені потрібно, блін? На Марс? А якщо я не хочу?